Hey everyone, this is the next video tutorial of Angular CRUD operation with the REST API ASP.NET Core. In this video tutorial, first of all, navigate the project, and here we have a student list. You can see that a student list is a student list component, and in this component I'm going to add material components and material fields. Okay, so here we have, and also learn one by one step by steps. Okay, so in which student list component, here we have two division. The first division is defined a text box and the button control, where your filter option is there. You can see that here we have a Flexbox grid. You mean to say that it is a bootstrap class. So here we have a row, empty one, and XS, and XS is actually available in Flexbox grid. So first of all, install the flexboxgrid.com from the Flexbox grid. So just go for the github.com and install Flexbox grid by using npm. So use npm I Flexbox grid --sab. So just copy that code and inside your Visual Studio Code terminal, just paste it here. Just paste it here. Okay, npm I Flexbox grid Flexbox grid. Okay, so everything is fine, and your Flexbox grid is installed successfully. Now after that, you can see your Flexbox grid is installed, and save as a folder in Angular module file. So here we have a Flexbox grid, and here we have a CSS file for the Flexbox grid. So in the node module, in the node underscore module is there. Now after that, you can go for the angular.json file and add this reference in the style key of the JSON file. So here we have, so just link that file at here, node modules. So you can just write it here, the correct path, and here we go for the correct path. So there is so node modules Flexbox grid dist Flexbox grid .mean.css. That is the correct path where your Flexbox grid .mean.css file is located. So the problem is and-xs problem is clear. Now the next thing is to learn at here. In here we have a input box, and one is the hyperlink, but hyperlink, where router link is students and /add. And in the input box, here we have a ng model, and ng model bind with the filter text property. So here we have a filter text property, and also we have a key up event. Okay, in the division. So key up event is called filter student. Okay, when we press any key, then filter student method will be called. And the bootstrap class is search input box, and type is text, placeholder is search student. So that is the code. So here we have important thing is, one is the method, that is filter student, and the next is filter text, is the property that is bind with the ng model. And the one button control looking like one hyperlink control looking like a button control, and that is the add student. When we click on the add student, and there is navigate to that path, that is the student /add. Here we have a router link is there. Okay, so everything is fine. The next thing is going for the next division, and here we have a material table. You can see that class is container, mat elevation z8, margin top is 1. So here we have the first thing is the material table. So define the tag, that is mat table. You can see the material table in Angular components. where you learn more about the material table. So just search in the Google and type Angular material and Angular material components. But you type in the Microsoft Bing, the default is the ad that is the Udemy. So just you can see and type in Google and the correct path is there. Okay, so just type it material.angular.io, where you can see the official website of the material component related Angular websites. And here we have a table component is there. So scroll down and you can see that here we have a table components, and related to the table component API is there and the example is there. So just go for the example code and just for copy and paste that simple table and paste inside your HTML part. And here we have a TypeScript file. So each column definition is there. So in the TypeScript file, here we have two things is to remember. The first thing is displayed column, which is displayed in the table, and the next thing is data source that bind the table with the data source. Okay, so here we have a data source is type of array, but in our application I used API data. So first of all, the raw HTML part of the table is that code. So okay, so mat table is definition, and mat sort and the data source I will later discuss on this topic. I will later discuss on this keywords. And here we have a class mat elevation Z8. So just remove the your comment section. So here we have ng container mat column definition. What is the mat column definition at here? Mat column definition is related to your TypeScript file, where your column definition is defined, or you can say that mat your table columns is defined. There is the table column name. Column definition, I mean to say that column definition is defined in your TypeScript file. So just go for the TypeScript file and define mat column definitions, and you can see also in your Angular website where your column definition is there. So the table display these columns. So displayed column is the type of string, and the displayed column values is name, email, birth date and edit. Okay, and the second column is name, second column is email, third column is birth date, and the fourth column is related to the edit, where we click on any. In that edit part is actually discussed later videos, but today here we have only focus on mat column definition part. Okay, so here we have mat column definition is for that is the name, email, contact and edit, and that part is related in the next videos, that is the pagination and the sorting. So here we have a displayed column that is name, email, birth date and edit. Okay, so the mat column definition is matched with your column definition. Okay, so that there is. So the next thing is the table header, and the table header is actually related to your column definition, but also we have a mat sort. In the later video I will discuss this. So table header is defined the text property which displayed on your table, that is the similar with your mat column definition. Okay, so the two line is clear. The next line, the next keyword is data source, and data source is defined in your TypeScript file. So bind with the data source property. So just here we have a data source property in your TypeScript file. So here we have some errors in the TypeScript file related to your data source. So just first of all comment this code and learn one by one, or you can say step by step. So first of all, you can see that here we have a student class, or you can say interface. So just add a new folder inside your app folder, and the folder name is infrastructure. where your models and the services is actually there. So okay, so here we have the name is infrastructure, the folder name is infrastructure. Okay, and the next thing is to add some interfaces inside it. Okay, so here we have the first interface is related to your student. So just type students.interface.ts file. Okay, and the first thing is student.interface.ts file, and here we have a student interface like ID, name, birth date, email, contact, profile image, gender ID, address and gender. And then the next file is related to your address file, address.interface.ts file, and the next file is related to your gender. Okay, so here we have three files and linked with the each other. So just resolve the reference things. So here we have a address and related to add import from cluster. Actually address is there in the name is in there is your reference, that is address. So first of all prepare your address.interface.ts file. So there is not import section is there. So address.interface.ts file is there. So just add some fields in the address and create an interface at here. Export interface address and ID is number. So you can see that remove also import, and also here we have a related to the gender file. So export interface gender, ID number, title string, description string, and remove the import section gender interface. Okay, that is the clear. Okay, so everything is clear. So mat table data source, and so related to your mat table data source API is there. So you can say that import section. So just open app.module.ts file, your man module file, and here we have to add three imports and three modules, that is the mat table modules. Okay, the second one is mat paginator module. So in the next video I will discuss about the match pagination and the sorting. So the next one is the mat sort module. So just copy and paste it here inside your import section. So here we have three modules: mat table module, mat paginator module, and the next one is the mat sort module. So just save this file and go for your student list.component.ts file. Okay, because everything is clear and a problem is resolved. So just uncomment that code, and here we go in the next section. Okay, so resolve the reference like control dot key and add import from Angular material table. So everything is clear. Now go for the students, resolve the add import section, and everything is clear. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.